Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. Finally, that time of the year has come when we will start having our discussion on the yearly predictions, yearly theme for the year 2025. Now guys, if I were to summarize this word in one line, I would say what a year it is. Year filled with camaraderie, brotherhood and humanitarianism. Your inner light is going to be getting awakened this year. So guys, before we will get into the customized results specific to your rising sign, we will try to understand that how major planets are going to be behaving in this year. So definitely we will first start with how the Hindu lunar year calendar calculations is saying something for this year. So guys, our Hindu calendar, like generally the new year starts from the Chaitra Shukla Pratipada, which as per in the year 2025 is going to be beginning on the March 30th of 2025. Now it is important to know because through this we will get to know that who is going to be the king of this year. So like the Hindu calendar, which will start from the March 30th of 2025 and will be there till April 4th 2026. So during this year, because it is going to be falling on a Sunday, so the king of the year is going to be the planet Sun, and the Mantri, the minister of this year, is going to be the planet Moon. Now guys, whenever Sun and Moon somehow take the precedence over there, you will definitely find a synchronicity between the ruler and the masses. Second thing is that we also get to know a little bit about the year from the Samvatsar calculation as well. Like the way this year, which is filled with, like the year 2024, which is filled with war, and just from the Hindu calendar calculation, a lot was already predicted by many Vedic astrologers, because the minister, the king, the Samvatsar was angry, Krodhi, minister, king was also Saturn and Mars. Now if I were to talk about for this Samvatsar, the name of the Samvatsar is Vishwa Vasu. So that also tells about prosperity, taking care of the people. Like the way it has been believed that those people who are born even in this Samvatsar, they tend to demonstrate very virtuous qualities. So far we got to know from the Hindu calendar calculation that during this year there is going to be a synchronicity between the sun, the primal light and the moon with our subconsciousness, the collective way of thinking and behaving. Along with that guys, now if you want to understand it from what numerology has to say, so year 2025, if you're going to be making a sum total of it, so you will get the universal year as the number 9. Now guys, in numerology, 9 is somehow connected with the brotherhood, which is connected with the philanthropy and humanitarianism. So all these are the qualities which will somehow be taking a precedence. Second thing is that even if you want to understand somehow the theme of this year, so you have to go down the memory lane, like the way the very last time when we have had this universal year, it was in the year 2016. You will make a sum total, you will get the number 9. Now even the highlight or the theme of that year was, people say that okay, number 9 has got something to do with leaving, with finishing, ending all those things which are not serving any purpose. Now what was the major highlight of the year 2016? Brexit. We all know about UK leaving European Union, and like the way in the US elections, Russia was being involved for the spying and all. So somehow similar theme can also repeat over this year. But guys, the good part is that public is going to be a part of whatever the people in the power are going to be behaving. There is definitely going to be a unison, a harmony over there. So that is all what I can say from the Vedic calculation, from the numerology. Now we will try to look at how the three major players in this year are going to be behaving. First is the planet Saturn, then planet Jupiter, and then our favorite Rahu and Ketu. So guys, Saturn is going to be transiting in the sign of Pisces on March 30th. Now how can you look at this transit? So guys, the highlight of this transit is going to be, it will definitely take our attention towards the concerns of spiritual growth, intuitive insight, emotional maturity, karmic resolution. You will definitely find that many people are going to be talking about spirituality, about mental health, about their rights. And guys, the good part is that, trust me, I will not be surprised if this year you will witness many cult group which will be coming into forefront, because along with this, Rahu is also going to be making a foray in the Aquarius, a typical sign of bohemia, of humanitarianism. So like the way there used to be a time in the 60s when there was a wave of the hippie culture, so the world could expect the same wave of rising cult and hippie culture in the year 2025 as well, because we cannot overlook that you have to study everything in synchronicity with the numerology vibration as well. And number 9 has got a lot to do with the giving away things, where you do not get too much interest in that rat race of the materialism. So combining Saturn's presence in the Pisces along with the numerology vibration, Rahu's presence, definitely spirituality and a new age spirituality is going to be the highlight of the year 2025. Along with that guys, Saturn from over here, from the Pisces sign, is going to be giving its third aspect to the Taurus sign. Now definitely Saturn's third aspect is always a very restraining force, so it can definitely pull many investors are going to be pulling out their money from the market. The global market or economy could be little bit restrained in the year 2025. From over here, Saturn is going to be giving its straight aspect to the Virgo sign. So healthcare will definitely experience a boost in the year 2025, where you will definitely find the governments, and this could be United Nations, and all these organizations are going to be very accountable, very responsible towards any of the health crisis. Like there is a very less kind of possibility of any pandemic kind of situation which the world has witnessed when Rahu was transiting in the Gemini in 2019, 2020, which we have witnessed all of that. Along with that, Saturn is going to be giving its 10th aspect, the aspect with which it rewards us for our good karma. So with its 10th aspect, Saturn is going to be looking at the Sagittarius sign. So one thing is for sure guys, that next year, if let's say for example, you are a kind of person who is known for integrity, ethics, values, morals, and you somehow hold this potential to educate, enlighten and inspire the world, and if you're actually consistently, diligently working hard in that direction, so Saturn's transit in the Pisces will definitely reward you. So somehow this transit and its highlight or theme is going to be that all those people who are unconditionally doing something which is very voluntary work, some sort of social work, who are devoted towards the awakening of the inner spiritual light, healthcare related concerns and all, those people are definitely going to be getting benefited in the year 2025 because of the blessing and grace of the planet Saturn. Now guys, the global events which you have to watch out for because of the contribution of the planet Saturn is going to be the water related disaster, increased regulation of pharmaceutical and healthcare industries, breakthrough in marine biology, oceanography, aquatic technologies, growing social movements for emotional intelligence, mental health awareness and spiritual freedom, economic shift in industries related to art, entertainment or spirituality. When we talk about which sectors or people are definitely going to be getting benefited because of the contribution of the planet Saturn, so you will definitely see that there is going to be innovative solutions for the ocean conservation in the year 2025, advancement in the holistic healthcare, global unity through shared spiritual or cultural experiences, increased empathy in international relations, renaissance of traditional art forms and cultural heritage. And guys, like every year from July 13th till November 27th, Saturn is going to be retrograde in the Pisces sign only, which will definitely somehow give it more chasteable. You will definitely have the power of effort, power of endurance to fortify the intent, or this could be the humanitarian intent with which you will be working when Saturn is going to be transiting in and it is going to be retrograde in the Pisces sign. Now guys, when we talk about from the point of view of the planet Jupiter, the planet of blessing, good fortune, expansion, Jupiter is the planet which gives us hope, optimism and prosperity in all areas of our life. Now Jupiter is definitely in a very sensitive situation, rather I would say it's in a rush to finish its stay or its transit in the Gemini. Because guys, Jupiter is going to be transiting in the Gemini sign on like May 13th. From May 13th, imagine it will enter the Cancer sign on October 19th. Now definitely it is going to be turning retrograde again on November 12th, and then again it will enter back in the Gemini in the December 5. But my concern over here is that imagine the pace of Jupiter from May 13th till October 19th. So the point which I'm trying to say over here is that Jupiter's placement and its transit in the Gemini will give results in a very fast paced way. Whatsoever Jupiter's promise is going to be in the Gemini, in your chart, in your life, you will get the results in a very fast paced way. And let's say for example, if you have already important inner planets being placed in the Gemini in your natal chart, you are also in the Jupiter Dasha, experience a blast of the results when in next year from May 13th till October 19th. Now for all those people who are in any capacity connected with the fields of technology, sales, media, networking, communication, these are among those people who will definitely get benefited next year when Jupiter is going to be transiting in the Gemini sign. So guys, some of the probable outcome could be in the form of the explosion of the information. It is going to be extremely blessed time for the creators in year 2025. You will definitely experience a breakthrough in artificial intelligence, robotics and cyber security, advancement in 5G, 6G, quantum computing, and social media will evolve like the way no one would have imagined. And there is definitely going to be virtual and augmented reality advancements which we all will be experiencing in the year 2025. And now guys, finally our favorite Rahu and Ketu. So in the month of May, around May 19th only, Rahu is going to be transiting in the sign of Aquarius and Ketu is going to be transiting in the Leo sign. Now guys, the good part about this placement is that we cannot even overlook that this axis is little bit karmic in nature as well. In the original Kal Purush Kundli, Leo is the sign or 5th house is connected with the past life merits, Pur Punya as well. Within the Leo sign, you will find somehow the own nakshatra ruled by Ketu, which is the Magha. In the Aquarius, you will find in the core, in the heart of the Aquarius, you will find the nakshatra ruled by the planet Rahu, which is the Sadbhisha. So that means somehow they have got very strong affinity whenever Rahu is in the Aquarius and Ketu is transiting in the Leo. So that in itself means, guys, let's say for example, if you have sown seeds for being recognized, this year can grant you that sort of popularity, that sort of fame. If you are completely dedicated and devoted towards I always get confused with this word, revolutionizing the face of technology, this year can give you a chance for that. If you have those humanitarian intent to give back to the society, make world a better place. Irrespective of judging someone's caste, creed, color, bringing the world together, this year can grant you that sort of platform, that sort of voice, that sort of position to influence or change the world. And definitely guys, with Ketu's placement in the Leo sign, you will definitely have got some sort of expertise which you will demonstrate or manifest in your life in this year. So guys, after getting a brief idea about all the planets behaving in this year, how our Vedic Chaitra Shukla Pratipada New Year calendar calculation is predicting, and also getting a brief idea from the synopsis from the numerology, now we will shift our discussion customized to your rising sign and the yearly predictions for the year 2025. So friends, before we will dive deep into all individual houses and how planets are going to be influencing you, blessing you in all these departments this year 2025, I would like to wish all of you guys a very happy new year. May all of your wishes come true. Okay guys, now we will start our discussion first with the theme which I have written for you after observing how planets are going to be behaving this year. So a very transformative year with some long awaited changes in the major areas of life like career, ideologies and belief system. Saturn in the 5th, Ketu in the 10th might be responsible for that. Good year for research professionals, resolving any family dispute, initiating any major creative project. Your ascendant lord will be starting the year from the 9th house and finishing it in the 2nd house. Being in the visible houses of the zodiac belt gives you more exposure this year. Matters of monetary dealings will demand exceptional honesty and integrity as Saturn from the 5th influences all the houses of monetary flow. We all know that from the 5th it is going to be aspecting your 7th house, which is an important house, 11th house, house of income, and the 2nd house. So that means in any of the monetary dealings, honesty, integrity needs to be followed. Now guys, coming to the matters of your 1st house, which tells about your health, your public image and overall life's undertakings in this year. So the points which I have written: ascendant lord will be transiting from the 9th and the 10th house till June, will support people going through higher studies, travels and pilgrimages. It hardly matters even if the planet is debilitated, it is your ascendant lord. It only has good things in store for you. In the month of July, your ascendant lord will be conjunct with Ketu in your 10th house, creating an explosive energy of change, detachment and transfer at the workplace. August and September will be progressive in terms of opportunities and networking. October will drive expenses and also open the doors of travel and overseas opportunities. November and December will embolden your position due to some remarkable achievements. Now guys, when we will reach your 2nd house, which is the house of your finances and the family dealing. So this house will be receiving the dual aspect in the year 2025, strengthening the matters of finances and family bonding. 2nd lord's transit to the 8th house after May 13th will be supportive for standing a chance for receiving any inheritance, returns on some past investments. Fresh spendings need to be done very carefully. And yes guys, 2nd and the 5th lord transit to the 8th house not only make you very insightful, researchful, but also opens a window for resolving any long withstanding family issue. Now when we talk about the matters of your 3rd house, which tells about your relationship with your younger siblings, your capacity to take initiative, your self-expression. Very important house for the freelance, self-employed people, performing artists and all. So in the matters of the 3rd house, this house is not receiving any major aspect or presence of any planet here, which makes it devoid of any external interference and influence. 3rd lord's transit to the 5th house will drive many towards original and creative work. Now guys, when we talk about the matters of the 4th house, any of the concerns of your command, control over the masses, inner emotional fulfillment, your domestic life. So Rahu transiting the 4th house leads to changes in the way you live or a change of residence. As Rahu is a foreigner, it may also indicate you're traveling away from home. Many people revamp their housing arrangements or decor whenever Rahu transit from their 4th house. It will be emotionally disturbing. Those with an afflicted moon could feel anxious, but Jupiter's aspect here will ensure religious austerities will bring peace. So if you're feeling anxious, that anxiety might take you, drive you towards doing something which is religious in nature. Those presiding over any public seats and all will get a leverage over online control or manipulation over masses. Guys, I still remember there used to be time, I was reading one of this article written by a very good astrologer from Bharati Vidya Bhavan, that there used to be time at the prime of the B.V. Raman sir, the great astrologer, that some of the offices used to get closed whenever he used to give any prediction that okay, in the mundane, that okay, there could be some tornado, some tsunami, some heavy rain, something can happen. So that was his prime and grip over command over the masses, command over his field. And these days, people who are actually more known are because of their online campaigns or Google campaigns or all these kind of ads which we see. So I mean to say, times are changing. So in order for someone to command or control over the masses or have that kind of a monopoly in your field and all, somehow online attribute plays a very important role, and Rahu's strengthened state in your 4th house could give you leverage over there. Now guys, when we talk about the matters of your 5th house, which is the house of your expertise over mantras, 5th house which tells about your intellect, artistic, creative endeavors and all. So the points which I have written for your 5th house related matters: Saturn's transit here makes people serious, responsible and committed. So Saturn after March 30th will initiate a cycle of taking responsibilities towards children and relationship. Artist and creative professional will experience slowness or delay in their projects. Month of April will host a planetary war in this house which might toss many people out of their mental equilibrium. Now guys, when we talk about the matters of your 6th house, and guys, one more thing which I want to add over here. If I have said that artist and creative professional will experience slowness or delays in their creative project, so Saturn represents big things. This could be a case that you might be approached for a big project, and in order to prepare for that role, in order to be associated with that project, you might have to invest a lot of your time and energy over there. So we get to know about it from over here as well because of the Saturn's presence. Now guys, when we talk about the matters of your 6th house, which is the house of your daily life, your health related concern, debts, your competitive spirit. So your ascendant lord, which in your case happen to be your 6th lord as well, will definitely bring work related visibility, attention and opportunities this year. Guys, one thing is for sure that you cannot complain that okay, whatever I was doing this year, it was not in the limelight or it was not in everyone's attention. I already mentioned this thing that your ascendant lord this year will start its journey from your 8th house, like 9th house, and will finish it in your 2nd house. All these are the visible houses of the zodiac belt. So that is somehow giving you a leverage. Along with that guys, month of July is very conflict prone because Mars and Ketu is going to be conjunct. So there is going to be that fight for the prominence, and your work conditions bound to go through transformations and change because we know this thing that Ketu is going to be transiting in your 10th house. Now guys, when we talk about the matters of your 7th house, commercial relationship, marriage and your public image and all. So commercial business success will come only after consistent hard work and efforts, as Saturn's 3rd aspect tends to remain very restraining, and 3rd aspect is going to be falling in your 7th house. Based on the transit, for marriage to take place this year, consistent effort needs to be done. We all know this thing guys, that Jupiter is going to be transiting in your 8th house, which is generally a very triggering factor for marriage to take place. So unless and until if you're like, let's say for example, Venus is active in the Antardasha and something, there's still going to be hope. So the months which I have written: January, February, transit of 7th lord from a friendly sign in the 4th house and then getting exalted in the 5th house is good for romance, spiritual austerities, speculative work, artistic endeavors and cordial relation at home. March and April is sensitive for mental peace and investment because of the planetary concentration in the 5th house along with retrograde of the Venus. May, June, July is good for commercial decision. romance, matrimonial proposals, and work life. August will be good for research and pleasures. September and October are good for career progress, monetary gains, and reviving old connections. November and December are going to be filled with lifestyle expenses, recognition, and monetary benefits. Now, guys, when we talk about the matters of your 8th house, which is the house of research, sudden transformative events. So, Jupiter's formal entry here after May 13th will take many towards the path of sadhana, bhakti, occult, and research. Because the house which Jupiter rules, many could start professionally in the fields connected to the 8th house as well. Like, it's not only you took interest in this field, you might also start doing consultations, or you could become professional in these fields as well. Potential for acquiring long-standing disputed family share or wealth. So you definitely stand a chance for acquiring some long-standing disputed family share or wealth this year as well. Many people start preparing themselves toward receiving Guru Mantra or Diksha this year, especially for the cleansing of your sins and all. Now, when we talk about the matters of your 9th house, the house of higher wisdom, higher studies and religious austerities, this year on a daily basis, you will experience major shift when your 9th lord or transiting moon is going to be. We all know this thing, guys, that in your 9th house, you'll find the energy of the Cancer ruled by moon. So those 2.5 days, whenever your 9th lord is going to be moving in the transit, getting conjunct with planet, forming a yoga, somehow your theme of those 2.5 days is going to be governed like that. You guys get a leverage because moon is your 9th lord. So that means on daily basis, you can experience fortunate events. So guys, this year on a daily basis, you will experience major shift when your 9th lord and transiting moon is going to be conjunct with Jupiter in your 8th house after May 13th. So events like sudden events, sudden monetary gains, it is going to be conjunct with Saturn in your 5th house after March 30. Will be mostly connected to spiritual ideas and feelings of empathy, those 2.5 days. It is going to be conjunct with Rahu in your 4th house after May 18th. So those 2.5 days could be filled with restlessness to do many things. It is going to be conjunct with Ketu in your 10th house after May 18th. So those 2.5 days, you might feel yourself victim of circumstances, and in certain cases might have a very lucky escape. Now guys, when we talk about your 10th house, the house of your career, your public image. So Ketu in the 10th highlights changes in your career, maybe working voluntary in spiritual area. People choose to work in an environment which is more suited to them ideologically, giving up some of the financial rewards of a more material employment, but with the end result of a better type of career where there is going to be soul fulfillment, soul satisfaction. The excess is making you more aware of your home, your emotions, and your mother, and finishing a cycle of karmic life in your work and your career. Focus on your inner needs and let go of your outer ones. Guys, many times it has been seen that this is one such excess where it has been seen. People leave their very cushy job in United Nations, in corporate world. They come back and they do something. There's a Indian movie made on the same genre. I guess the movie name is Swades. So something like that could also happen. But yes, big major transformation at your career front is bound to happen this year, and eventually it will take you, or you will end up at a place where the fulfillment is going to be of the highest level. Now guys, when we talk about the matters of the 11th house, which tells about your wish fulfillment, gains, how you perform or function or fit in the society, in the community. So this house will be receiving the straight aspect of planet Saturn, making you accountable and focused towards your responsibilities and income. Your 11th lord will be transiting from 3rd and 4th house in the month of February, which will be a good time for initiating new projects or expecting opportunities. Months like March, especially April and May, is sensitive for mental health or for some like feeling of betrayal on the account of friends, as 11th lord is debilitated, retrograde in a war zone in the 5th house. The transit of your 11th lord in the 7th and the 8th house in the month of June is good for relationship and research. The transit of your 11th house lord in the 9th house and the 10th house, and when it is going to be in the 10th house being conjunct with Ketu in the months of July, August, September, is good for travels, pursuing any certification or reshuffling at the work. And the months of October, November, December is good for your public image, travels, investments and financial opportunities. And lastly guys, when we talk about the matters of your 12th house, your foreign residentship, anything to do with the donation, moksha and all, so this house will be receiving the aspect from planet Jupiter from May 13th, which is good for research, spiritual quest, overseas success and foreign investments. Venus is in a good dignity which will ensure pleasure along with possibility of past relations resurfacing in this year. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.